Okay, today I'm going to be going through the Cambridge database section of this paper. It is the May-June 2014 paper 21. Okay, so we're going to have a look at the database section, which starts on page 5. Okay, so we're going to prepare some reports for the company, make sure all the currency values are in euros to 2 decimal places. Using a suitable database package, import the file activities.csv. Use the following field names and data types. Okay, so first off, what we're going to do is we're going to open up our database package, which is Microsoft Access. This is the one that we're going to be using. And you'll see here we're going to create a blank database. And now what we're going to do is, let's put this on a full screen. Okay, we are going to import the file activities. Okay, so we go to external data and we're going to import a CSV, comma separated value file, which is a text file. So we are going to import a text file and we're going to locate that text file on the desktop. We have J14 activities and then we click on OK and open. Okay, now if we have a look, it has given us the data types, how we have to set them, and we know that the currency is going to be euros to 2 decimal places. Okay, so when we first import the file, it'll ask us if we want to have it as a fixed width or delimited, for example, with a comma separated value. So each comma, we need a separate field. Okay, so we keep this option selected and go to next. Okay, now this is very important. We need to make sure that we know that the first row contains the field names. So this first row here, we have to tick this box and it will give us our field names. And we click on the next option, and this is where we can specify the text, logical, and numbers with currencies integer. Okay, so we're going to set this up first. So we have text, 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 short text, location is text, residential is going to be yes or no, the daily cost is going to be currency, the duration integer, insurance is going to be currency. Next, it does not say to specify a primary key, so we have no primary key. Next, and then we click on finish to complete the import and close, and we should see we have J14 activities and we've got the data here. Now the one that we have to change, let's just go back to our design view here and have a look. We need this format, the yes or no. Okay, so for this we need to check and make sure. Okay, so we need to make sure we change this and we need to make sure it's on yes or no. Okay, and then when we go back we can see, and when we go back to our table we can now see it says yes and no. Okay, we're just going to check the rest of these. We've got currency. The currency should be euros, and this currency we go to format the currency, euros 2 decimal places. Okay, and then we have this as the integer. Okay, so let's have another look. Okay, we got euros. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to close this. Close this. Okay, it says, next question. Place a screenshot showing the field names and data types used in your evidence document. Okay, so you'll be taking a screenshot of this. Okay. Next is insert the following 3 records. To do that, we change the view to datasheet view, and then we can scroll to the bottom here, and then we can add the 3 records. Okay, so we got JR 019. Okay, so once you have entered in the 3 records into your database, you can now move on to question 33. So check your data for any errors. Make sure that what you've typed in is correct. Okay. The center located in Leeds is closed. Find any activities located in Leeds and delete them from the database. Okay, so what we can do is we can actually sort by location and show Leeds. Okay, there's only one, so we're going to delete this record. We right click and say yes to delete the record. Okay, so this is done. Next question, let's have a look. So now what we're going to do is we're going to produce a report. Now looking at this, contains a new field which is calculated at runtime. Has the course cost field displayed as currency. Shows only the records where the level is extreme. Residential is yes, and duration is 10 days or less. Okay, so let's look at the first part. So this section here is going to be done in the query, and the rest is going to be done in the report part. So let's have a look at creating the query first. So let's close this. Save changes, yes. So we're going to go to create, query design, and we're going to add all of these by double clicking on them. You can see that they're added in here. Okay, so the next part is to create a new field, and which is going to be a calculated field, and it will calculate the daily cost times the duration plus the insurance. Okay, so what we need to do is first we're going to type in the course cost, and then we're going to create the formula for that. So course cost. Now after we finish putting in the title, we put in a colon, and then after the colon we can type in the formulas by adding these here. So we have the daily cost times the duration plus the insurance. So it's very important that when you type in the names, it's going to be identical to how it's displayed here. Very important. So we type in our square brackets, daily cost. Okay, so we have the daily cost, and then we are going to times that by duration. So it's going to be the daily cost times the duration, and then we are going to add the insurance, square bracket, insurance. Okay, now we need to put our brackets between the daily cost and duration over here. Okay, so it will look something like this, and when we run this report we can see that the currency comes out as pounds as standard. So what we're going to do is we can see 43 times 2, 86, plus the 7 insurance, which is 93. Okay, so we can see that the formula is working well. But first we need to change the properties, and the format needs to be changed to euros here. So we're going to change it to euros, and let's have another look. Okay, so it's in euros and we have the formula working. Now let's have a look at the next question. Has the course cost field displayed as currency? Okay, we've done that. Shows only the records where the level is extreme. So when you come to building these, it's probably better for you to enter in these one at a time so you can make sure that it's working correctly. Okay, it's a lot easier to see. So we're going to go back to our design view, and what we want is we want to show only the level that is extreme. So we type in here the find our level, make sure the criteria is extreme. Just type in the word extreme. We're going to run that, and can you see we only have the extreme levels showing. Okay, let's have a look at the next part. Residential is yes, so we only want to show residential that has yes. So we're going to find our residential, type in yes, and we're going to run that, and we have residential yes and extreme. Okay, now duration is 10 days or less. Duration is 10 days or less. So we have our duration here. Again, we go to our design view, Don't need this one right now. Okay, duration is less than or equal to 10. Run that and we can see all the duration is less than or equal to 10. Now I have one more criteria here, and excludes those located in Ireland. Okay, so we don't want to include any that have Ireland there. So what we can do is location, type in the word not Ireland, and we can run that, and you can see Ireland is not in the location. You can also use the symbols as well. You can use this, which also works as not, and I'll show you that. Not Ireland. You can run that and you can see we have our results. Okay, now let's have a look. So we've done this section. Now we're going to look at building up the report. So they only want to show these fields in this order with all the labels displayed in full. Sorts the data in ascending order of location and descending order of daily costs. Okay, so we're going to look at doing these two now. Okay, so now what we need to do is we have our query. Let's save this query and close it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create our report, and for this we're going to use our report wizard, and we are going to find the query that we just created here, and we're going to add the fields. So let's have a look at the fields it asks for. So we're looking at course code, activity, type, location, level, daily cost, duration, course cost. Okay, and grouping, they haven't specified any grouping. Now to sort it, this is where we need to add our sort. So here it says it needs to be sorted into ascending order of location and descending order of daily cost. So ascending order of location, and descending, when you click this button, it will change to descending of daily cost. Okay, and let's have a look at what we got next. They want it to be landscape. And next, and we're going to add the title afterwards on the next page. Okay, so let's have a look at how the report looks. Okay, this is what we have. We've got a bit of work to do before it's ready for printing. Okay, so we change our view to our design view, and we're going to put in the title. Now it says includes the heading extreme outdoor activities. Okay, so we're going to use this as our title. Okay, next, fix on a single page wide. So we've got to make sure it fits one page wide. Landscape is done. It is landscape. Calculates the average daily cost, position below the daily cost. Okay, before we look at this, let's just make sure we've got them in order. Now, it does say it shows these records, these fields in this order. Okay, now they're not exactly in that order, so let's have a look at what we're going to do. So the order is, at the beginning, it needs to be course code. So we're going to bring this course code and move this over like so. So when we move the course code, these are the headings, the labels, and these are the fields. So we need to move this across. Okay, course code is at the beginning. Then activity. Okay, to move them, you need to click on the gray boxes. Okay, activity. Okay, so we have course code, activity, then we have type. And then location. level, daily cost, duration, and then course cost. Okay, so duration is here. As you can see, duration doesn't quite fit, and course cost. Okay, now we need to see where we can actually get these to fit, so we need to change the size of some of these fields. Okay, so let's have a look at our layout. Okay, we can see we've got some space between course code and activity, type, location. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of space that we can work with here. Okay, so let's bring this across. Okay, just make sure that's not too tight. Okay, looking much better. We've got our type. We can bring our location in a bit. Okay, now we can have our duration. And finally, our course cost. Okay, like so. So we have them in the right order. We have the labels up here, and then we have the fields here. So let's have a look how this seems. Okay, so everything fits, one page wide. Okay, excellent. So far, all of this is completed. Now we need to calculate the average daily cost, position below the daily cost, and format it as currency. Okay, so to do this, what we need to do is we need to go back to our design view and look for daily cost. Now this is the label. We need to click on the field itself, and when you click on the field, you'll see that totals lights up, and we're going to calculate the average. When we click this button, automatically it appears down here, and when we have a look, we can see we have the average appearing at the bottom. Okay, and it is calculated it in euros. Now what we need to do is to add a label for this, and it says this is done. Now add a label called and have this as average cost per day. So we're going to insert a label. Again, design view. Okay, we're going to click on here to add our text. Average cost per day. And then when we have a look back, we can see we have our average cost per day label, and we have our calculation. Okay, and then you're going to add your name, center number, and candidate number to the on the right side at the top of the report. Okay, so you're going to add your name, candidate, center number up here on the right hand side. Okay, like so, and let's see how it finishes. Okay, so you've got your name, candidate number, center number here on the right. You've got your title, and this is what you're going to be printing. Okay, now we're going to have a look at question number 38. We're going to produce an extract from all the data, which selects only from this criteria here. So let's have a look. We want to produce an extract which selects only these activities. Contains snow or ice. Okay, so let's have a look at that first. So we're going to create query design. Let's add all these fields. Double click. Okay, now if we have a look, we want all the activities that have the word snow or ice. For example, snow mobiling, snowshoeing. Okay, now snow and ice could be at the beginning or the middle. For example, here it's in the middle. So what we need to use is the wildcard. Okay, so let's have a look at the activities. We have the star, snow, star, which allows me to find everything. Let's run this and just show you how it works. So everything here, everything with the word snow has appeared in this query. So snow can be in the middle, at the beginning, and even at the end. Okay, so we're going to have the snow, and we're also going to add another one, which is ice. And then we're going to add or, star, ice, star. Okay, so star, ice, star. And then we're going to test that out. We're going to run that. And now we have ice climbing, ice surfing, ice hockey, ice skating. And now we have this. Let's have a look what else we need. Okay, located in Scotland. So we need to find the location in Scotland. And we're going to run this report. Let's have a look. So all the locations in Scotland with snow or ice. And next, weather type is thrill. Okay, so we need the type is thrill. So we find our type. We type in the word thrill and we run that like so. Now let's have a look. So we have snow or ice. We have located in Scotland and weather type is thrill. Now we only want to show the fields course code, level, and activity in this order. So course code, level, and activity. So we only want to show the course code, activity, and level. So we're going to move our level here. Course code, level, activity. To move it, you just click and drag, and we take the display tick boxes out. And now when we run this report, we can see we have only these fields showing. Now we're going to sort the activity in ascending alphabetical order. To do this, in our design view again, activity, there's an option here, sort. We click on this option and ascending. Now when we run that, we should see our activities are sorted in alphabetical order. Okay, and we just click on save and close. Now to export this into something that will work in Microsoft Word, what you can do is you can copy and paste. So you can copy here, and in Microsoft Word you can paste it like so. So for your word processing task, you can copy and paste it like so. If you wanted to export it another way, you can right click here and export it, and there's a lot of options here on how you can export it. That ends today's lesson. Thank you very much.